What's up, y'all? My name is Anthony. This is my channel, Antslife. It's basically in the name. I'm basically just gonna be talking about and show my whole life with trucking. You know, I cars, stocks, just a bunch of things. You know, so yeah, this video I'm gonna talk about my experience from Trans Am, just start to finish. So when I got the Trans Am, I already knew what it was going to be like. I knew that it was kind of the bottom of the barrel company. That being said, it's a company. They call it a second chance company. It's just a company that they'll hire you if you have an accident. They'll hire if you're a rookie, no experience. They'll just hire. They gave me a chance. So that's the one big thing I got to give to Trans Am. They just gave me the chance. They got me on the road, you know. So as soon as I chose the truck, after that they gave me the driver manager. She gave me a call, so we got acquainted real quick, and then they gave me the load. So in the load I seen was to Colorado, so I got in my truck, and as soon as I get in my truck, there's no gas in the truck. They ended up filling it up with, I don't know, 10 gallons or something like that, just so I can make it to the TA down the street. I ran to the TA. First experience getting gas, I had no clue what the hell I was doing. So the lady had to kind of walk me through that real quick. Because also, if you don't know, Trans Am doesn't have trainers, so that's a big thing. Second day out there, I got to Memphis. I get to the shipper, and I showed up like 2 hours late. So they rescheduled my pickup for like 8 o'clock. I believe it was a 4 p.m. drop, so they rescheduled me to 8 o'clock. I said, all right, I'm hungry, so I took off, and I made a big mistake because I drove into a McDonald's parking lot, thinking that there was gonna be room around the McDonald's. And this is my second day out. We don't have trainers, so I'm just not smart as I am now when it comes to being on the road. So I thought I could go around the McDonald's, and I don't know if you guys seen, but I don't know, it went viral on YouTube and whatnot.
That hoe toe up. Hey, you might well come straight on back now, bro.
I need someone to hold this back. That's the only thing.
I can hold that motherfucker back. That hoe gonna be like a boomerang when you move. That hoe gonna slang me across the...
Yeah, it looked like I was trying to go through the McDonald's drive-through, and it was just a whole commotion. I had to get the cops to come to kind of just help me maneuver out and block traffic. So yeah, that happened the second day out there. Long story short, I get to Colorado, unload. So the first week was okay. I knew the first week was gonna be slow, and I ended up making about $350 the first week. It was supposed to be around $700, but I had to pay $350 for the reefer unit because the McDonald's I chipped a piece of the reefer unit when it hit the pole. When that happened, and then the next week, I ran into another issue. I believe I was scheduled for 3,000 miles around there, but something came up, and that's the thing that turned into a pattern for the next two weeks. Just something would come up. I would be scheduled for 3,000 miles, and if you know, for Trans Am, if you're a lease driver, you have to at least run, I would say 25 to 3,000 miles to see profit, because you have to pay $1,200 regardless every single month for all the fees, and then your gas, you gotta add that onto it. So however much you're gonna spend in gas, add that too. So you're probably looking $2,000 to $2,300 in fees if you're running crazy hard, and you just deduct it from your miles because you're around $1 a mile, you know. So yeah, so if I would have seen 3,000 miles, it would have been around, you know, a $500 to $1,000 check. That's what I've learned, because I've talked to a couple other lease drivers and stuff like that. Every time I would come close to that, something would happen. Next 2 paychecks were another $400, another $300, you know. So I was starting to, you know, just feel type of way. I'm just like, dang, like I can't break 3,000 miles, you know. I couldn't break 2,600 miles, you know. 3.5 weeks in, I'm driving, and I'm headed to Minnesota, and I'm on I-80, I believe, and just getting out of the Chicago area, just that, you know, packed, congested area, and the truck, the DPF system, something messed up, and it was saying I had to regen. So I regen, and that took 2 hours, and I got on the road again, a mile down the road again, said to regen again. So I called the safety, and Trans Am's kind of slow with that kind of stuff, with the safety. Sometimes it depends what time of day. So I guess I got the bad luck of the draw that day. So it took them about 10 to 20 to 30 minutes every single time I called him. I had to keep calling him. I called him about 5 times about this regen shit. So he said, all right, I'm gonna call tow. So I got towed to Kenworth in Madison, because I was in Wisconsin. I ended up staying in the hotel for 9 days in Madison, because they were saying they had to get clarification or just to go ahead to finish fixing certain things on the truck. So that shit took 9 days. I rushed them, and then I finally got my truck back. But by this time, I already made plans to bring the truck back and start with another company, because I realized, you know, there's ways you can make money with this company, but it's you got to be like very lucky. And even the people I feel that are kind of successful with Trans Am as a lease driver, they still have a fair amount of like slow days and stuff. And you're gonna have slow days as an owner operator, but for this company specifically, I couldn't. I was making no money. It was to the point where I came into the company with a certain amount of money, and I was gonna leave with less money than I came in with, which is in a month worth of work. You know, that's not worth it. The only thing I really took from it was just the experience, I would say. So yeah, I took the truck. I started going straight to Florida, and another hour down the road, the same issue happened. So I brought it to a shop, and I guess it was just a bad part. Kenworth put a bad part in, or they received a bad part. So yeah, they fixed that, and I just gunned it right back to Tampa, and I basically just dropped the truck off. And they weren't too shocked, you know, like I feel they're used to that kind of thing. It's more or less a temporary company, a temp agency company, in my opinion, for the trucking industry. So yeah, they weren't shocked. It was just whatever. I just signed some papers, gave them the keys, and I got picked up and I left. But the thing you have to pay attention to with this company is I put my 2 weeks in, I believe 2 days or a day before my truck broke down, and that whole time I didn't get a paycheck, because they freeze it from the day you put your 2 weeks in. It goes under review for some reason. So from that day, I didn't get paid for 2 weeks of working. I didn't get no type of pay. And then on top of that, about a month later, Trans Am sends me a letter and says I owe them money. It is what it is. Like, I knew what I signed up for. I knew what I was coming into. I knew it was kind of going to be hard to maneuver through this company and be successful with it, but I just was real optimistic about it. I was like, whatever, I just want to get into the industry. So that's the biggest thing I took from this company. I got into the industry, and on top of that, it put me in a position I'm in right now, which I'm really excited to kind of share with you guys and just take you along the journey with what's happening now. And yeah, just use Trans Am as a stepping stone and whatnot. Bottom line, what I would take from this is, don't become a lease driver at Trans Am. The rate of success is very, very low as a lease driver at Trans Am. If you're to be a Trans Am driver, be a company driver. I know someone that works there still as a dedicated driver, perfect. You know, he's 12, 13 a week, easy. You know what I'm saying? Home 3 days every 11 days. You can definitely make it work, you know what I'm saying? But my experience, yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on Trans Am. Hopefully this helped you guys out. Hopefully you can take this information and just use it towards whatever decision you're trying to make with the trucking companies. I will have other videos in the future talking about the routes I would kind of suggest to take. You know, you can take my word for it, whatever. It doesn't matter. What do I know? But you know, so yeah, just like, comment, subscribe. Just let me know what you guys think. And yeah, peace.
I got what you need, that shit easy. You just need a cup like it's Reese's. You just need to loosen up.